Infosys laid off, I think, around 400. They are telling in some websites they have written as 400 employees have been fired. All these trainees, all these employees are freshers actually, who does not have any project, by the way. So they recruited newly to Infosys campus, Mysore campus, and now they have laid off. So let's see what is the reason and why they have failed. Okay, so what I am thinking is, in one of the website they have written, like, they interacted with one guy who laid off from the Infosys. So that student was mentioned, maybe the candidate was mentioned that Infosys create the questions which make sure that failed many of the students actually here, which means he mentioned that question itself very tough to process. And also one more thing is, Infosys had only 3 attempts. Within 3 attempts the students should pass, otherwise they will get fired actually here. So these are things that happening. So I don't think so this was happened previously. So let's see what is the reasons and why it happened. So I am not telling about Infosys doing correct or wrong, or the candidates are doing correct or wrong. This is my perception that I didn't interact with anyone. In my perception, why this happens, let's discuss actually here. So after the AI, artificial intelligence came, companies understood that how this tools is going to help in terms of development. Specifically, I am talking about the software development. I am not talking about other fields. So as we all know, whatever the project that we are developing, whatever the code that we need, everything can be get it from the AI tools. Maybe we can have our own AI tool also, as the DeepSeek came. So now, so if your project needs one lead developer, 2 junior developer, now 1 junior developer will be replaced by the ChatGPT tool or maybe any AI tools. Okay, so one project can be done with 1 senior lead as well as 1 junior actually here, and with 1 AI tool. So just get the code and you can able to incorporate into your project. Before the AI era, what happens is, like, whenever the task has to be done, even though the lead knows the answer, someone has to do the task, because someone has to do the task, right? Even though the person knows. So lead has other task actually here. So but now ChatGPT, just you are asking the questions, it done everything. You can just copy paste the code from junior to senior actually here. This is the one reason why Infosys not expecting so many employees like previously. I don't think so this happens in Infosys also. The same issue will happen in other industries as well. So now how this can be solved and how can we able to prepare ourselves in order to solve this issue? The first thing is, I always telling, don't try to copy paste the code from the ChatGPT. I am not telling you should not do it. What I am telling is, you should understand what you are coding in your project and what is the requirement. These 2 things are very, very important, because most of the freshers which I have interacted with for past 6 months or 1 year, they know how to use ChatGPT, how to ask questions to the AI tool, but they don't know the basics of the coding. For example, if one person is working on the JavaScript project, he knows how to ask the question, how to create a slider in the JavaScript. But when it comes to the incorporate code, he just copy paste the code into the project, but he doesn't know how to change it. For example, if I want to change the width of the image, if I want to change the height of the image, or I want to change anything in terms of the slider motion, all these things cannot happen because he doesn't know how to do the change. He just know how to ask the questions, how to grab the code, and where to put the code appropriately. Till this point they are good, but when it comes to modification, they are not aware of that, which means they are lagging in the basics of the coding actually. I think this might be the main reason that why Infosys is also doing the same thing. So Infosys I don't think so Infosys had a very tough hiring process. The students who have failed is not having enough basics of coding, because of that they are failing. And the student is mentioning that they created a very tough questions which is not easy to clear. So what I am thinking is, maybe the freshers who failed in these assessments, they may good at ChatGPT, but the questions which they have asked in the portal, that Infosys portal, they may not access to ChatGPT or something, so immediately they may fail actually here. This might be the main reason, but I don't think so this may be the actual reason. Still, this is my perception actually here. So the students who are laid off, good in ChatGPT but not in the basics of coding actually here. So as the AI era happens, of course Infosys also not expecting that many employees, because everything can be done by AI itself. So instead of before previously if they need around 200 employees, means now they will need only 100 employees actually here. So yes, we have to wait and we need to I think Infosys also accepted that the candidates are not good in terms of the work they are expecting. So because of the reason, they also, Infosys also accepted actually here. So now the students are telling they are going to report it to NASCOM, but as far as I know, this will not help anyone, because whenever we are whenever we are signing the offer letter, I think even the experienced employees also, you may see the instructions or the points they mention, which means all the organizations mentions, if there is any things happen wrongly on behalf of the employee or something or someone, then immediately there will be action from the organization, then they can be out of the campus. Again, this is just a point that they mention, mostly they will not do it. But if this employee going to file a complaint, or instead of file a NASCOM and all these things, of course this will not, I don't think so, this will not help, because we have signed in the offer letter or maybe in the acceptance letter that whatever happens in the organization, we have to accept it, that's it. Maybe if you are going to the organization or something, you need to, again, the candidates have to give so much money in order to run the case in the courts, and we know the the salary, the amount we need to give to the lawyers, all these things will be very huge. Moreover, Infosys is a big organization, already they have huge amount, so for them these cases and all is not a matter actually here. So filing the case, going to the NASCOM, I don't think so how much it will be helpful, but I don't want to comment on that. Let them do whatever they want to do, but my thing is, it's waste of time, that's it. So I don't think so when you are going to against the organization, and though that we have signature on the offer letter that whatever the things happen from the organization, then we have to accept it actually here, because